Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Cloverleaf Radio. I am James McLovin Falcon. My guest today, my first guest today, Tank Tolan, was unable to be on the show, so we have a better guest in my mind. TNA Knockout diva O.D.B is on the phone with us today.
What's up?
And got some questions for her, and I'm going to tell you a little funny story here real quick, O.D.B. I was hanging out with Shark Boy over the weekend. He's a pretty good friend of mine. And we had a show over the weekend together. We were hanging out in our hotel room and I was watching TNA, and he ran in my room because he knew I was watching it. And you were on. I said, Shark Boy, is O.D.B really hot? And he goes, yeah. Yeah, she's pretty hot, because my friend gets really upset because I'll be like, oh, man, O.D.B is so hot. And he's like, no, she's not. I'm like, yeah, she is. So I had to get once I got Shark Boy's approval, then he was okay with it. But
hell yeah.
But back when you began wrestling, did you like it when the feds and the promoters put you against mostly men? Like, I know I've seen you fought like Ken Kennedy before and Sean Daivari. Did you like that, or do you like wrestling women?
Well, I did when I first started. I did like wrestling the guys because they did all the work. They helped me out a lot. But now, like the new age, I think wrestling girls is more my thing. But back in the day when I first started, I loved wrestling guys because I would learn so much, and I didn't know shit. So it was a learning experience. Right now, I mean, I just hang with the girls for right now.
Yeah, I could see like you versus Awesome Kong better for you because of your background versus maybe you versus Velvet Sky. I mean, two totally different kinds of wrestling for them, but I think you're the tougher kind instead of the little pretty girl like Velvet Sky. But I think you might have a better chance off with like I guess that Awesome Kong or something like that. But
it's fun. It's fun wrestling all sorts of different girls because that way I get different matches and stuff. Like wrestling a pretty girl is kind of fun throwing her around.
Yeah. When did you decide that you wanted to become a pro wrestler?
Actually, I'm still trying to figure that one out, but it's like everyone, or should be everyone. I've always been a big fan growing up, and I just never actually thought you could actually be a wrestler. I just figured, they're just superheroes. They're untouchable, and I just never really thought, like, how can you do that? So then did the whole college thing and stuff, and then I was just watching it one day, and I just said, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and signed up at a wrestling school back in Minnesota, and the rest is history there.
Yeah, I noticed you tried out for the first Tough Enough for WWE?
Oh, yes, I thought that was going to be the easy way.
And
I tried out for the first one. I didn't have any wrestling experience when I first tried out. So I thought to myself, an easy way to get in, and it was a good experience. I'm glad I didn't make it that way because it would have been the wrong way. But my experience with it was pretty cool. But I made it to the top 25, and MTV did not like me, but it all worked out for the best.
Yeah. If you had the chance now after working with TNA, and if you had the chance, would you ever want to work for WWE?
Oh, of course. I mean, I want to work wherever I can in wrestling because that's what I love to do. But I think TNA is the best place for me because they open up a door. Excuse me. They open up a door that no one else would open up for me, and they're letting me do my thing. And they let me be me, which is hard to come by in wrestling. Usually they have something for you, but no, I'm sticking with TNA right now. That's where O.D.B belongs.
Yeah, I don't think I could see a TNA without O.D.B at this very moment. But
oh, thank you.
So what was it like in your mind to become the first ever woman to win the OVW Women's Wrestling Championship?
Well, it's pretty cool because when I first got there wasn't really that much women's wrestling there, and it's kind of right place, right time kind of thing. When I showed up there, and when I showed up, a lot of girls started showing up, and then Al just said, I think you'd be the perfect girl to start the fake title thing, and so we just played with it. 2 non-contract girls started it up, and and Danny Davis ended up saying, well, we got to do something, we got to make it a real title, so, but of course I couldn't have the real title on me because I wasn't contracted, but.
Yeah, and one of those women that stepped up was, I don't know about exactly at the very beginning, but was Beth Phoenix, who is currently, if anybody out there doesn't know and doesn't watch wrestling very much anymore, Beth Phoenix is on Raw for WWE, and you fought her in OVW, and to me that had to be, I mean, from my perspective, I don't know about you, but I think for you that could have been maybe one of your best matches, because Beth Phoenix kind of looks like the girl. She's got the build. She looks like she could go toe-to-toe with O.D.B. I mean, how did you...
I enjoyed, actually I got to work with her more, or we taped a lot together at OVW. We had one singles match, and then we had a few, 3-ways and, 4-ways and stuff. Yeah, she's a phenomenal wrestler. I hope to meet with her someday and get in the ring. That'd be that'd be one of my dream matches. But yeah, she's very talented, and I'm really happy for her success right now. She deserves everything she's getting right now. There's only more success for her. So hopefully one day we will meet in the ring.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, could happen again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Going back to the what I was just talking about, the big style women that you wrestle, like I just said, Beth Phoenix and Awesome Kong. How do you fare with Awesome Kong versus the other TNA divas or knockouts? I mean, sorry.
Awesome Kong, I'm talking to you. You've beaten every broad here in TNA, but you haven't beaten one. You haven't beaten the O.D.B. Oh!
Well, that's the match we've been talking about. That's the one I want to see.
A great idea. Why don't me and you hook it up and against all odds for the TNA Knockout title? Oh!
Well, Don and I want to see it, and obviously, judging by their reaction, so do the fans.
Because, Con, I love to fight. And sometimes, just sometimes, I like to get whooped. But you ain't gonna be whooping me. And you know what? O.D.B. is just not another pretty face.
Attention TNA marketing, there's your t-shirt.
Well, the challenge has been made, and I don't see Awesome Kong backing down from this one and against all odds.
Well, she's on a different, she's in her own category. She's the biggest women's wrestler I've ever faced. And it's a challenge, but to me, I've been wrestling her on house shows now, and do I get my ass kicked? But she better expect, that I ain't, she ain't gonna shut me down. So, but it's a challenge. That's all I gotta say. It's a huge challenge, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, that's all you can do is get ready and be prepared for it, because if it's coming, then it's going to be here without you wanting it, maybe. But what is it like to you to be called one of the most feared women in the knockout division? I read it on TNA.com, and they state you as one of the most feared women in the knockout division. How do you feel about that?